The Highway, Part 3. Pop-up factories appeared beside the highway. Their smokestacks belched grey smoke that smelled of burnt meat. The smoky discharge obscured the sky and cast squid ink shadows over the landscape. The purification trucks drove in and out of these temporary compounds, carting spoiled meat that once hugged their children, made love to their partners, and embraced friends. In the towering tendrils of the exhaust, I thought I saw the tall forms of giants harvesting dark, screaming comets. What were those things obscured by the pungent fumes? Were they avatars birthed by the factories to champion their dominion over the dead and their legacies? Whatever their true nature, I knew they were harvesting the souls of the deceased for some sinister purpose, the true knowledge of which would render me insane. The hissing sound of the chimneys tormented me constantly. I was haunted by what I witnessed as I trudged along. I walked for days, plagued by nightmarish thoughts. I had become numb to the sight of the dying and the dead, but a deeper existential dread had taken hold of my soul. I was afraid of what I might discover when I opened the door of my family's cottage. My food and water reserves dwindled, but I was close. I decided to rest overnight in an abandoned building and regain my strength before the arduous 10-hour walk to my final destination. It was cold, so I built a small fire in one room. Tiredness conquered me quickly, and I fell asleep. A weeping woman awoke me. She sat next to the fire, facing away from me. She looked wet, and there was an unhealthy pallor to her skin. "Are you okay?" I asked. She didn't respond. "Can I help?" I asked. She shook her head. "I have some food," I offered. She pointed towards a dark doorway. I looked, but I couldn't see anything at first. But then, in the flickering firelight, I saw the outline of a woman and a boy. "Do you understand?" the woman asked. I struggled for words. "Do you understand?" she roared as she turned to face me. I screamed when I saw her face was a mirror image of the back of her head. She thrust an icy finger in my direction, which lengthened and landed a cold touch on the center of my forehead. A vision assailed my petrified mind. The body of a giant, sickly woman, pillaged by humans swarming over her wrinkled skin like ants. Puckered mouths opened up all over her body and released massive icosahedron particles that stalked the assaulting hordes like baleful suns. The innards of these heavenly bodies pulsed with evil magic, and acidic mucus dripped off their surface. The cursed ejaculate fell into the mouths of the screaming masses below, causing them to decay from their insides. The hellish aerial monitors thrummed with pleasure as they hoovered up the fleeing souls. I opened my eyes. The scary entity still sat before the fire. "Do you understand?" she asked. The apparitions in the doorway were gone. "I understand," I said before packing up my gear and bolting out of the building. I screamed the names of my wife and son as I ran towards my home.